In a dramatic turn of events, US President Donald Trump has announced a 90-day pause on his sweeping tariffs for most countries, but with one very big exception: China. The pause comes a day after the tariffs officially kicked in, sparking global fears of a trade war and pushing markets towards panic. Trump said over 75 countries chose not to retaliate, and for that, he's rewarding them with a temporary break and a reduced 10% reciprocal tariff. But while most of the world gets a breather, China's punishment gets harsher. Trump hiked tariffs on Chinese imports to 125%, up from 104%. In response, China fired back with 84% tariffs on American goods, declared it would fight to the end, and filed a complaint with the World Trade Organization. The trade war between the world's top economies is now hotter than ever. So what pushed Trump to suddenly backtrack on tariffs? Well, reports suggest the US Treasury Department raised alarm bells about an accelerating sell-off in the US Treasury bond market. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, along with economic advisors, convinced the president that things were getting risky. So was this pause a strategic move or a forced retreat? Well, critics say that the pressure was simply too intense. Markets were falling, global allies were retaliating, and even US companies were getting nervous. Moreover, rising fears of a recession and pressure from Republican allies might have pushed Trump to the corner. And it worked. Wall Street surged, the Dow jumped 2,500 points, Nasdaq soared 12%, and the S&P 500 climbed nearly 7%, posting one of its best days in decades. In India, which was hit with a 26% tariff earlier, the markets welcomed the pause. Officials say that New Delhi now has the time to negotiate a better deal with the US. But the big question remains: what happens after the pause ends? Will the trade war resume, or is Trump setting the stage for new deals? Stay tuned for updates.